All right. Um, so this, why don't you, first question, what is your full name?
Denise Davenport Antis.
And why did your parents select this name for you, except for the Antis?
They just liked it.
Okay.
They didn't want to do a middle name because they didn't want, once we got married, they didn't want the girls to have, first, middle, maiden, and then last name. So.
Nice. Did you have a nickname?
Dad would call me Spook sometimes, or Punk.
Oh,
Mostly Spook.
Spook.
I don't know why.
You don't know why either?
Uh-uh.
And you're the only one that was Spook?
I think so, yeah.
Nice. When and where were you born?
I thought you said why first.
No,
I was born.
Most of us adults understand.
I was born in Rexburg, Idaho at Madison Memorial Hospital on April 4th, 1963. It was a Thursday.
Nice. And how did you come to live there?
My dad graduated from Utah State University, and then he got a job teaching math at Ricks College.
Nice. And were there other family members in the area?
Let's see. Well, my family, the Davenport family, kind of settled in Rexburg in like the 1880s or something. So my dad was from the Parker area. So yeah, he kind of wanted to move back there. And then my mom's sister lived in Parker at the time also.
Okay. And any of their parents or anything that were living there still?
Let me think. My dad's mom was living in Parker still.
Okay. So what was the house that you were in like? Like how many bedrooms, bathrooms? Did it have electricity, indoor plumbing, telephones?
Yes, to all the above.
Yes.
We had 3 stories, a basement, a main floor, and a top floor. There were 3 small bedrooms on the top floor. The whole house was fairly small. My parents' bedroom and 1 bathroom was on the main floor. And then downstairs, after the Teton Dam flood in 1976, they finished some of that and finished a bathroom down there. So we finally had 2 bathrooms. And they put 1 more bedroom and a family room down there. So that made a total of 5 bedrooms.
Okay. Were there any special items in the house that you remember?
Like what?
I don't know. These are your memories. I don't think you want me in your head.
That dangerous corner by the basement stairs. Do you remember that?
Yep.
That you fell down twice?
Yeah.
That everybody fell down?
At least twice.
Yeah. Just to go in a circle around the old main floor.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a dangerous area. What is your earliest childhood memory?
Standing on the hamper in the bathroom, looking in the mirror, combing my doll's hair.
Describe the personalities of your family members.
My dad he had a good sense of humor. He was kind of a pessimist. He seemed pretty stern, and he could be very stern. But he was very tender-hearted. My mom was also very tender-hearted. She let us get away with more than Dad did. She was very funny. She liked to laugh. Just a good person. My brother Roger, he got hit on the head when he was in 8th grade with a history book. And it triggered his epilepsy, and it also kind of stopped his, I can't think of what it's called, his development as far as brain maturity. So he has kind of always been a 14-year-old ever since then. He's very OCD about things he wants to be. He eats a lot. He eats really slowly. And there's Elaine. She's the perfect daughter, the perfect one. She lived close to the family, never lived far away, just always did everything right, always does everything right. And then there's Diane, who was the classic middle child. She was always picked on. Kind of had a temper. I love to pick on her because of that, because it would make her mad, and I like to see that. And that was my personality too. I was kind of a stinker. Didn't want anybody to know when I was upset or something they had done had bothered me. And there's Janae, the baby of the family. She came along when I was 5, and she was very spoiled. And, yeah.
Cool. What kind of games did you play growing up?
We played Racco. Remember playing that with us? Everybody had this rack, and you had these numbered cards, and you tried to get yours in order from lowest to highest before everybody else. We played this game that was kind of like, is it Sorry, where you have to go around the board and back to your base. Only it had 2 levels. So you had to go to the different levels, and one guy made you turn the top level, so it was always changing. It was always complicated. We played Monopoly, but I hated that one. That's all I can remember right off the top of my head.
Okay. What was your favorite toy and why?
I don't remember a lot of toys. I had some Barbies, and I played with them once in a while, but I wasn't a big Barbie fan. I played with dolls and things when I was really young. Had a little baby carriage. I pushed them around and stuff. Shayla has that doll now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And some of the clothes my mom made for it.
Nice. What was your favorite thing to do for fun?
Read.
Read?
Yeah.
Why?
Just go anywhere, be anybody, whatever. And I always got in trouble for reading too much, because I was supposed to be doing other things, and I was reading all the time instead.
Good thing Shayla decided to be out of your biography.
She's right here.
I know.
He's recording this.
I'm recording it for future, Shayla, so we can show our families. Did you have family chores? What were they, and which one was your least favorite?
Yes, we always had chores. I don't remember how they were assigned or anything except for the dishes. We had a chart, because we always fight over whose turn it was to do the dishes. No, sir, I did it last time. No, you didn't. It was me, And so my dad made up this chart on graph paper, and we had to mark down when we had done the dishes. And if we forgot to mark it, then we had to do it again anyway. So consequently, I hate dishes. I was also, for some reason, after Roger went on his mission, it was my job, I don't know why, to mow the lawn. I was only like 13, 12, but it became my job to mow the lawn. The other girls never had to do it, so.
Nice.
Unfair.
Totally. Totes my goats. Did you receive an allowance? How much? And did you save your money or did you spend it?
No, we didn't ever get an allowance. Started babysitting when I was probably 11-ish, 12 maybe. I did save my money. By the time I got married, I had $4,000 in the bank, which for that time, making $365 an hour was a lot of money. So
yeah, it's like 20 grand now.
Yeah.
It's like a chunk change of money. So you were a saver. Or what would you have bought?
I saved part of it and I spent part of it. I like to buy books. I like to go to the local bookstore that carried LDS books, and I'd buy LDS books, and I'd buy stationery supplies because I'm weird.
What was school like for you as a child?
Easy. I apparently taught myself to read before I went to kindergarten. I don't know how. I don't remember not knowing how to read. I remember looking at the calendar that was always on the side of my mom's fridge, and I was standing on a chair looking at it, and I had my you had to be tested before you could go into first grade. Kindergarten wasn't required, but they would test you to see if you were ready for it. And I remember reading. My mom was on the phone talking to her friend and telling the friend that our appointment was at 9 o'clock. And I remember looking at the calendar and saying, "No, it's at 9 a.m."
That's funny.
But school was easy. I liked it. Yeah, I talked too much. Surprise! But, yeah.
What were your best and worst subjects?
Reading, English, those were always pretty easy for me. My 6th grade teacher didn't teach us math. He didn't teach us much of anything. So when I got to 7th grade math, I wasn't doing very well in it, as in D. So I had to go to early morning tutoring for weeks and weeks and weeks to catch up. So math then became my least favorite subject.
Nice. Where did you attend grade school, high school, college?
I started out at this really old school. I think they called it Washington Elementary too. It was an old building. She needs to go up. That is kind of over by where Brolins is now, in Rexburg. And I went there first, second, and third grade. And then for 4th grade, for some reason, they decided to bus all of us out to Hibbard Elementary, which is just outside Rexburg. So I did that for 4th grade. And then I went back to Washington Elementary, but in the building next door for 5th and 6th grade, it was also called Washington Elementary. And then I went to Madison Junior High and then Madison High School.
And what school activities and or sports did you participate in?
I was in the women's, ladies, girls choir in high school. I didn't really do any sports. That's about it. I did some community musicals. I was in Anna Get Your Gun and The Sound of Music.
How'd you get involved with that?
My friends and I just decided to do it.
Did you have to audition?
Yeah, but we didn't want main roles because we didn't want to audition by ourselves, so we auditioned as a group and we were in the choir. We were, cast members.
Yeah, you were a tree.
Yeah.
Do you remember any fads from your youth? Popular hairstyles, clothes?
Yeah, when I was younger, late 8, 9, 10, that kind of stuff. It was the hippie thing, so there's tie-dye and there were bell-bottom pants and macrame stuff and pet rocks and things like that, yeah. I lived it.
That's funny.
The boys were all trying to grow their hair longer and the dads were all trying to make them cut it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's when they came out with the missionary rule that you had to have your hair a certain length and all that, because that's when men started growing it longer.
Okay. Interesting. Who were your childhood heroes?
I don't know. I don't think I really had any.
Anybody you looked up to? It's along the same lines?
No. I read all the books about the early Americans, Clara Barton and Kit Carson and Daniel Boone and all of those kinds of people who read all those. But I don't remember having a specific person.
Okay. What were your favorite songs and music?
Well, my dad wouldn't let us listen to a lot of the popular music. He was very strict about that, but we listened to the radio, and it was the Beatles and Elvis when I was quite a bit younger, and then there was, more rock and roll type stuff. We couldn't and didn't want to listen to heavy metal or country music. That was for the goat ropers, we called them.
Goat ropers?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Did you have any pets?
My parents didn't want pets. My dad had to put down his own dog with his own gun. And the first shot didn't take care of it, and it went and crawled under the truck or the car, I can't remember which, and his dad made him go out and finish the job. So he never wanted to have pets. But Mama Cat got into our garage somehow and gave birth to some kittens in there, and so he let us keep them. Except for the ones my mom ran over. Accidentally.
I think I remember that. How many did she run over?
Well, it was at least 2.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Ask Janae, she'll tell you.
Ask who?
Janae.
She'll know.
Yeah. But the mama cat was named Patches. I remember that.
Nice.
That was the only one.
What was your religion growing up?
We were LDS.
Whole life?
Yep. Baptized at 8, the whole thing.
Whole 9 yards?
Yep.
Who were your friends when you were growing up?
My best friend was Janine Case. She moved in when I was probably 4 or something like that. And then when we were in probably freshman year of high school, Ronald Hokinson moved in, and we were all really good friends. And then for a couple of years we had a friend, Dolores Tremonti, but that was just for a couple of years, so I was just friends with everybody.
Uh-huh. Something like that.
Yeah.
What world events had the most impact on you while you were growing up? And did any of them personally affect your family?
I remember we watched the moon landing, the first one. My dad had us watch that on our little black and white TV. I remember the gas shortages in the early 70s and how the price went way up. I don't know how high it was, but it was way up there for then.
29 cents.
Yeah. All of the things with the hippies and stuff like that. I remember Nixon resigning. JFK was, not JFK, Martin Luther King was assassinated on my 5th birthday.
Oh. It's not that funny, but...
Just kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's all. Well, there's the Teton Dam flood when I was 13. That dam broke and flooded the whole town and the area, and my room, which was in the basement.
What happened to your whole family during that, and where were you when it happened?
We received early warning of it. It was a Saturday morning, and I was supposed to be mowing a lawn, but I wasn't.
Yeah, I got out of it.
I was over playing with the neighbor's little girl. And somehow my parents heard about it. There happened to be a guy who was up at the dam, a guy from the radio. And he watched the whole thing. So everybody heard it on the radio that was listening and passed it along. And so our family grabbed some stuff. I remember my mom grabbed some hamburger buns or hot dog buns just running out of the house. And we went up to the college, which is up on the hill, Rick's College. And then there was enough time that my dad went down and helped get some of the widows and, older women and things out of their homes. Mm. We waited, watched up on the hill, watched the whole thing happen. So.
What was that like, watching?
It's hard to explain. I mean, it doesn't seem real, but, you
And
can
how old were you again?
I was 13.
Okay.
And then, you'd see, we watched a house float down Main Street, because we were right at the top where the tennis courts are now, on 2nd East. Mm-hmm. And we watched a house float down Main Street, a whole entire house. And then there was something that went by, and there used to be an old sawmill, like a block or so behind our house. And something started a fire over there. And so there's this big fire, and we couldn't tell how far away it was from our house or the whole thing. So,
jeez.
And of course we couldn't get out of town the usual way, so we had to go back through the back roads from the hill down to my aunt's in Idaho Falls. Stayed there, my Aunt Ada.
How long did you stay there for?
We stayed overnight, and then Janae and I got sent to stay with my cousin, Jane, who lived in Idaho Falls, over by Tapas Park. I don't remember where everybody else went, but we were kind of all divided up. And it was a few days before we could go back into, for the water to all subside, and then we could go back, and they had checkpoints where you had to stop and prove that you lived in town, so we didn't get looters and all that kind of stuff. And started cleaning everything up, and there were people that came in, people from all over the country that came and helped everybody clean up. It was a mess.
Yeah, I bet. That's crazy. So it didn't affect Idaho Falls? Really?
Not too much. Of course, the Snake River elevation went way up high, and the bridge on Broadway, where the falls go down, there weren't any falls anymore. It was just completely flat water. There was so much water. In fact, they were afraid that the bridge was going to collapse because there was all kinds of debris, trees and stuff, banging under the bridge. And,
crazy.
There was some flooding in Blackfoot because the river kind of flattens out and the banks aren't as high, so there was some flooding there too.
Describe a typical family dinner. Did you all eat together as a family? Who did the cooking, and what were your favorite foods?
Yeah, we always ate at 6 o'clock every night when my dad got home. We all sat around the table. We all sat in the same place. My mom, of course, did all the cooking. We would set the table. My dad never, ever, ever, that I remember, cooked. In fact, he came home for lunch one day from school. He came home every day from college, and my mom wasn't there, and she hadn't left him anything to eat, so he just went back to work, didn't eat, didn't go to, Arctic Circle or anything to get anything to eat. He just went back to work. If my mom was sick, he would make one of us girls cook. My mom especially didn't like any, she liked very plain food. She didn't like anything spicy. So we had carrots and beans and peas and corn for our vegetables. We ate a lot of potatoes, but nothing weird like mushrooms or onions or, broccoli.
The stuff you like now?
just plain home cooked food. My favorite thing was her homemade bread. She made bread like twice a week for years and years and years and years. And we loved it. We loved to come home from school when she'd bake bread, and we'd slice a piece of hot bread and put some butter and homemade jam on it, and it's the best.
How were the holidays, like, including birthdays, Christmas, celebrated in your family? And did your family have any special traditions?
Yeah, we celebrated birthdays. We would occasionally have birthday parties, not every year, because my mom's like me, she didn't like to do them. And they were simple birthday parties when we did have them. But we'd have presents and birthday cake, and we'd have to do the birthday spanking thing, which I hated. And yeah. What was the rest of it? For the holidays?
Yeah, like other holidays as well.
Pretty traditional. No big events, or we'd always, for Christmas, we'd always drive around and look at the lights that people had put up, and sing Christmas carols and read the Christmas story, and that kind of stuff. Get together with family.
Cool. Okay, and how is the world today different from what it was like when you were a child?
much different. When I was a kid, when we finally got a TV, it was black and white, of course. No VCRs even. There were 3 channels: ABC, NBC, CBS. That was it. There were cartoons Saturday mornings for a few hours. That was it for kids' TV. I remember the first Sesame Street I watched. I was at my grandma's house. I was probably 6, 7, 8, something like that. Something like that. There was Captain Kangaroo. It came on. I don't remember when, but I remember watching it. It had to have been before I went to school. The world is just completely different. The values and the standards are so different. And because there wasn't TV, or obviously computers or anything like that, we played outside a lot. Especially in the summer, we'd go outside, see who was out, check all the neighbors and see if they could play. We'd play till noon. We lived like a block, less than a block away from the fire station, and they would blow the whistle at noon, and everybody would go home and have lunch. And then we'd gather back together and play until around 6 o'clock. Somewhere around 5 or 6 o'clock, my cousin Randy's mom would come out of the back porch and whistle. She could whistle louder than anybody I heard. We all knew that was time to go home, so we'd all go home. Sometimes we'd go out after dinner, and especially in the summers, and play until it was too dark to see. And we just made our own fun, We climbed the willow trees in the backyard a lot. And
What your mom loved?
what?
What your mom loved? Or your dad loved, I'm sure.
Yeah, they just didn't watch. They wanted to worry him. We rode bikes a lot. Yeah, just play. Politics are kind of the same. You elect the guy that you think is honest, and then they don't do what they say they will. That's pretty much the same, but just TV has changed tremendously. Besides the number of channels, just content is so. You would never have seen any of that stuff when I was younger. The music is so different, and things have gone downhill a lot, I think. which probably every generation would say, but I think we've seen it exponentially and since I've been alive. We did have a telephone. That was your question a few questions ago.
That was like the third question.
Yeah. That was a black. It was a black phone on the wall, had a really long cord, and it had the little receiver, and you'd lift it up, and it had the hole with the number in it, you know, so you'd dial.
Rotary dial.
You know, but when I was really young, we had, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called now. Where a whole bunch of neighbors, like 4 or 5 families, would get the same phone number. What?
They would all have the same phone number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you could pick up the phone and listen to your neighbors talk.
Oh, no.
All that, yeah, you know. Shoot, what's that called that's going to bug me now? I can't remember. But, yeah. And my parents had a landline. Well, then they did get, you know, the push button. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Anyway.
I even remember a rotary dial in our house.
Oh, yeah, we had that until you were probably...
Skyview was like, I had been like 7 or 8 before you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was the oldest relative you remember as a child? What do you remember about them?
Let's see, my grandmas, well, both my grandmas were still alive. One died when I was 7, one died when I was 10. And my grandma's sister or aunt, I think it was my sister's aunt, was alive for a while when I was quite little. But my mom's family didn't live very long. They tended to die young. And both my grandfathers died before my parents met. So we didn't have a lot of old people around.
Mm. What do you know about your family's surname?
Comes from England. That's about it.
That's all I know about ours, anyway.
Well, Davenport means the same thing as couch or sofa. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is there a naming tradition in your family, such as always giving the firstborn son the name of his paternal grandfather?
Well, my dad liked to say he was the oldest son and the oldest son and the oldest son and the oldest son. I don't know how far back it went. And then I think starting with like my great grandpa or something, they'd have their first name and then the middle name of the father. And then, so my grandpa's name was Harold Elmer, and his dad was Elmer, and then my dad was Lynn Harold, and my brother is Roger Lynn. So there was that. There was the thing, like I said, about not naming the girls, not giving the girls a middle name.
And that was through the family even before?
No, I think that was just my parents.
Gotcha. And what stories have come down to you about your parents, grandparents, or any more distant ancestors?
My grandpa, my mom's dad, Peter Ward, was 10 years older than his wife. No. Is that what it was? I think that's what it was. And he remembers when she was born. They were outside playing, and they lived down by Bear Lake. And he remembers somebody coming out and yelling that. I don't remember their names. Her parents had just had a baby. So, yeah.
And that was big news.
Yeah, that was just kind of weird that he remembers his wife being born. Not, it was his wife at that point, obviously, but.
Right.
My mom's family is from Wales, so we heard a little bit about that. I don't know. It wasn't a lot, really.
Not too many stories that came out of their side?
No, not really. We knew they were pioneers, that they'd crossed the plains. One of our ancestors is Thomas Bullock, and he was like the secretary to Joseph Smith for a lot of years. Yeah, that's about it.
Cool. And are there any stories about famous or infamous relatives in your family? I guess you kind of hit that.
We have I don't know how close a relative, that at least one that came over on the Mayflower. And, a lot of our family genealogy has been done, and once you get back far enough, you have to go through a famous person. So, yeah. I don't know.
Have any recipes been passed down to you from family members?
Yeah, we have my grandma's, my mom's bread recipe and her roll recipe. My aunt, Aunt Ada, somebody put together all her recipes, and so I have those. Yeah.
Where did the cookie recipe come from?
That's from my friend from Italy, Sharon Stanson.
Nice. I have to think. What about the waffles?
Oh, that was my grandma Ward's recipe.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Are there any physical characteristics that run in your family?
Yeah, on my mom's side, the Welsh are known to be short and stout. So, except my mom always told the story of her dad, who was so skinny that his overalls pockets would touch in the back. I don't know why he just didn't wear smaller ones, but I guess he was skinny. But my grandma was kind of short and had the family roundness.
Okay. Are there any special heirlooms, photos, Bibles, or other memorabilia that have been passed down in your family?
We had a family Bible. I think Roger has it now. I don't know how old it was. Not super old. I've got a few things that were my mom's, a few things that were her mom's. Not a lot. Too many kids to divide them up amongst.
Any that went to other siblings, though, that were maybe considered more heirloomish?
Well, my grandparents' things were divided up among my dad. There were 4 kids, and my mom there were 9 kids, so theirs were kind of distributed. I have a couple of things from my grandma Davenport. I have some spoons some silver plate spoons that were my grandma Ward's. We only have a few of them because the day of my brother Roger's mission farewell, while we were going to church, somebody broke into the house and stole the silver. So all we had was what was out of the silverware chest. So I have a few things that my parents got as wedding gifts. Some things my mom made.
Cool. And going into when you were married, what was the full name of your spouse?
David Allen Antis Jr.
And when and how did you meet him?
We were in the same singles ward at Ricks College.
And what did you do on dates?
We went to college basketball games and movies and cheap things.
Cheap things. There's only so much to do in Rexford, too.
Yeah.
And, let's see. What was it like when you were proposed to? And when did it happen, and how did you feel?
Well, we dated for a couple of months at Ricks College, and then school was over, and Dad went back to Oregon, Myrtle Creek, Oregon, where he's from.
Mhm.
And then my brother, Roger, and his wife, Elaine, had their first baby. And so my family was going to Portland for the baby blessing, and so Dad came up for that, and we went to this like traveling carnival thing, and then we were coming home, and your dad was really nervous and acting weird. He'd driving all over the place, and he told me later he was looking for a park, but I just thought he was nuts, but he couldn't find anything, so he just pulled over on the side of the road and stood out at the side of the road and asked me if I'd marry him.
Nice. Where and when did you get married?
Oh, we got engaged at the beginning of June. Yeah, beginning of June of 1983. And we got married September 1st, 1983 in the Idaho Falls Temple.
Cool. And what memory stands out the most from your wedding day?
Well, there are a few. We were driving to the temple in that crappy Pinto your dad had bought. And I remember your dad, we were running late, of course, and I remember your dad saying, "My mom always said I was going to be late to my own wedding." And being nervous, and, you know, it was my first time through the temple, and I got my endowments that got sealed on the same day, and Grandma Vera got her endowments at the same time, so that was neat. We sat by each other, and I kept her awake.
That's cool that Grandma Vera was there. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep, she got her endowments in.
I honestly forgot she was even a member. I fully don't know why that was even wasn't even at the forefront of my mind, but yeah, makes sense.
And then we got into the sealing room, and it was my uncle, my mom's sister's husband, was the sealer. She did my endowments, and Ada, she did my endowments, and he did the sealing, and we got in there, and it was in the biggest sealing room because we had a bunch of people there. And before he started, he wanted me to name everybody in the room. And at that point, I was like, I don't even know my own name. Like this, I think this is my mom, you know. But I managed to name everybody that was there with us. And, yeah. And I didn't cry until afterwards when my mom hugged me. And then I cried.
Yeah. Good. How would you describe your spouse?
Now or then?
Then.
Kind of the same, kind of ADHD, you know, bounced all over the place, energetic, very social, hardworking, very hardworking. Yeah.
What did you admire most about him?
Probably that he was hardworking. I mean, he would do whatever he had to do to provide for us.
What do you believe is the key to a successful marriage?
Apparently I don't know.
That's why it's a belief.
Okay.
I'm asking, what do you know?
I have learned a few things. Appreciate your spouse, enjoy your spouse, be good friends, enjoy doing what they enjoy doing. Yeah.
How did you find out you were going to be a parent for the first time?
Hopefully it's recording you too.
It is.
Okay,
that got me in the screen a little bit.
Well, we were living in Portland. We had just moved there from. Dave was going to school at Oregon State in Corvallis, and we were living in Portland for the summer for his internship. And Elaine and Chad had come over to visit, and Elaine was pregnant with Devin, and so she kept this supply of paper cups in their car, because everywhere she'd go, she'd have to throw up into these cups. And we had Lynn and Brett stay with us in our apartment overnight. And I got up the next morning to make breakfast, and all of a sudden I was like, I'm going to throw up. And I went and threw up. And yeah, found out a few days after that.
Went and got a stick.
They didn't have the sticks at that point. We had to go to the doctor, do a blood test.
Blood test, got it.
Yeah.
Interesting. And why did you choose your children's names?
The first names we just chose them because we liked them. The second name and middle name was always after somebody. So you were named after your dad's friend.
Who's a dentist?
No, he's a podiatrist.
Podiatrist.
Yeah. Canadian, Mark Parker. And he named his son David.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's David Mark.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
And then Blake, we just like the name Blake. In fact, our friend was visiting in Dallas, and we were talking about names, and he says, well, "What about Blake?" We both went, "Yeah, that sounds good." And Blake's middle name is Robert, after that guy that was there visiting with us. And then Jared is named Owen. His middle name is Owen, after my uncle, the one that sealed us. His name was Owen. And then Shayla's named after my mom, Anne.
Good way to cap it off.
Yep.
What was your proudest moment as a parent, or even moments if they show up, if you think about them? Apparently none.
Oh, I remember watching you at the state band competition when you had your solo. I was pretty proud about that. And going to the temple with you, and when you got married, and when Blake and Heather got sealed. Those are all pretty proud moments.
Anything with Jared or Shayla yet?
Yeah.
Aren't hitting any mile markers? Stalled out.
Always the baptisms, those are always cool, you know, the priesthood ordinations, that kind of stuff.
What did your family enjoy doing together? And I guess I bounced around a little bit. So maybe what did our family enjoy doing together, since we're kind of talking about our family a little bit now?
We did a lot of traveling. I don't know how much we enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's not the question.
What did we enjoy doing together? I don't know. What did we enjoy? Movies. We always went to movies. Bowling. Yeah.
Putt.
What?
Putt. Mini golf.
Yeah. Always won. We played basketball. Some. I don't know.
It works for me. What was or is your profession, and how did you choose it?
I didn't. Yeah, my profession previously was professional homemaker, and my profession now is a teacher.
Well, you had kind of two phases of the teacher, right? One was initially you were studying in school for it, right, to be a teacher?
Yeah.
And then I came along. Well, then you moved to Oregon State, probably, right?
Yeah. I had 2 years of college, and then we moved to Oregon, and I had to wait until I had. I was a resident of Oregon State, so it wouldn't be so expensive, and then got pregnant with you, and then we moved, and so I did 2 years, and then a few years ago, 7, 8 years ago, I went back to what's now BYU, Idaho, and finished my degree. It took forever doing that, and this is my 4th year teaching. I teach 5th grade.
And if you could have had any other profession, what would it have been, and why wasn't it your first choice?
I've always wanted to be a teacher. I used to play teacher after my brother and sisters would go to school. I'd set up my dolls, and then I'd take attendance, and then I didn't know what to do after that because I'd never been to school. So, but yeah, I've always wanted to be a teacher. The only thing I would want to do other than that is something that paid more money.
So anything.
Yeah.
Garbage
Like burgers.
man,
Yeah.
post office delivery.
Oh, post office would probably pay me a lot more.
Of all the things you learned from your parents, which did you feel was the most valuable?
What's right and what's wrong. My parents were very firm in that. My dad would say things like, that's not a reason, that's an excuse, if you did something. Just right and wrong, strong testimony of the gospel, work hard.
What accomplishments were you the most proud of?
I think I'm supposed to say my kids.
Nah. I got my own life. I don't need that pat on the back.
Graduating from school. That was a pretty proud accomplishment for me. Getting a job. I'd had like temporary job things, but getting a job, running my own business there for a while was I was pretty proud of that. I don't know. I've forgotten the question.
What accomplishments were you the most proud of?
Graduating from school, I had a good GPA. It was a 3.79 or something like that.
And last question, at least from this grouping, is what is the one thing you most want people to remember about you?
That I'm funny.
No, really. What's your joke? What is it? What do you want people to remember?
That I'm funny.
But that's funny. That's a funny statement.
I don't know. It depends on who it is. I want people to remember that I was a good person. That I was that I had a strong testimony. That I tried to do what was right. Not that I always did it, but that I tried. I want my students to remember that I was a good teacher. That I helped them learn. Yeah.
Cool. Now you can't go die. That's important statement to add at the end.
I can't. How come?
No, I still got children at home that I don't want to raise.
Neither do I.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, we got through all the 50 main questions with some sub-questions. Anything else that you would want to add to that? That came up as you went through but wasn't part of the question?
I can't remember that part back. No.
So no.
Huh?
So no.
Yeah. I think I said pretty much what I thought. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'll end the recording right now. Say bye.
Bye.